Brandon, I have a topic. I'm not sure how long we can go with it. It's either going to be a very long one or a very short one. So before we jump right into it, can you please tell the people what they are about to experience?
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I can do that. It's probably something I can handle. I got something I can do. Welcome one and all to the fucking Do-It-Cast, part of the Hard Knock Media Podcasting Network. Now, when I say Hard Knock Media, I mean NOC as in Nerds of Color. I mean Jamie, not me. I mean the rest of the podcast network, not me. I am grandfathered in by their kindness alone, and I am very, very honored to be here with you. Now, what are you going to end up finding on the fucking Do-It-Cast? Who the fuck knows? Jamie comes up with the topic most of the time. I don't prepare for shit. And then usually I end up ranting about something for fucking 40 minutes. We wrap up, talk about some cool shit, and then you end up having yourself a great day. It's kind of like hanging out with an old friend you don't get to see every so often. And then you sit down, you're like, fuck, I miss those guys. That's what we are, baby. So anyway, I'm Brandon Chalmers. That's Jamie Noguchi. He's got the biggest cock you've ever seen. I am marginal at best, and I measure from the back of the asshole just to give myself some extra inches. All right, Jamie Noguchi. I know. It's funny because it's true.
This has nothing to do with anything, but my Lance Storm shirt came in representing Trans Ally Lance Storm. There we go.
That sentence is something I never thought would be a thing, and that is fucking great.
Yeah. I would not have bought it if he weren't, but I did because he said what he said.
Yes.
And he meant it. He meant that shit. He meant that shit.
We just need to tag Lance Storm in this. By the way, buddy, your words have meaning and value, including someone going out and purchasing a shirt. We love ourselves, Lance Storm.
All right, so we didn't record last week. Last week, Apple had an announcement. They had one of their keynote addresses. Their addresses.
Yes.
Their addresses. I would like to state for the record that both you and I own Apple products. You have an iPhone.
Yes.
And an Apple Watch.
Yes, I don't use it anymore, though. I've actually shifted to a Fitbit, but either way.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I believe you're recording on a MacBook Pro.
I am recording on a MacBook Pro.
A MacBook Pro. So we are intimately familiar with the Apple brand.
Yes.
However, they are not beyond criticism, especially from fans such as we. We are not, as they say, Apple fanboys, unlike one Dan Malahome. But so speaking of Dan, we were watching the keynote and he was dogging on it the entire time. And I was like, who is this Dan Malahome and what have you done with him? Like, this is not a regular occurrence. And the thing that pissed me off more than anything else in the entire presentation was their 15-minute movie ad about how environmentally friendly they were. I don't know if you saw this thing.
No.
But they had Octavia Spencer play Mother Nature. And she was coming in for a board meeting or a meeting with the heads of Apple to talk about like what they're doing for the environment. And if you could have smelled the smug off of every fucking shot, they're like, oh, well, every Apple headquarters is blah, 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 and carbon offset this and blah, blah, blah. And we're the most environmental. And Octavia Spencer, God love her, played the part exactly the way you would expect it. If you were to have a Mother Nature film, she better be in it because she was great. But this ad pissed me the fuck off. They didn't talk at all about right to repair, which is something that we've talked about on this podcast.
Yeah.
In regards to cars, computers, phones, everything.
But a phone is not a car.
Right.
A phone's an appliance.
Right. And it should be repairable. You should be able to replace the battery. You should be able to the most environmentally sound thing to do is to use the shit that you already
Keep it
have.
running. The
Instead
most
of buying new shit.
environmentally sound thing to do is to keep it running, to use technology until it is not able to be used anymore, which is a terrible business model for a company
yeah.
that makes phones.
Oh yeah.
Which is
Like-
why everyone who is running toward electric cars, I'm like, do you have the income for this? Like long term? Because once a car becomes an appliance and not a mode of transportation and representation of freedom and all of the things that a car should elicit in a 16-year-old kid who is just looking to fucking blow this small town, and all it's going to take is a set of wheels to set them free.
And a 6-string.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But like, what's the 6-string without the road? Like, that's just,
Exactly.
they're synonymous with each other. But yeah, I have argued about this before, and I know it makes me an unpopular person for saying it. There are more environmentally detrimental things that happen from making all of these batteries and all of these electric cars and all of the strip mining that they have to do to obtain the precious metals to be able to develop this stuff than in most cases to just change the way that we develop gasoline engines and possibly consider alternate fuels. And maybe use the existing technology that we have, because frankly, I think that you can't get everyone to just change their car. Nobody has that kind of, I don't have that kind of cash. I can't just go buy a fucking Tesla. I don't have the money to go and buy a $35,000 new car right now and still make all of my other bills.
Yeah.
So what am I supposed to do if they phase out gasoline? Like, it's just, and then the power grid is an issue and yada, 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 yada. But right to repair is a very real thing that I am very much an advocate of. And I know a lot of people who we know wouldn't repair their cars and don't have any interest in doing that. But I think you should have the ability to make a decision between spending $5,000 to get your car fixed or having to go trade it in on something else, because the cost of getting it repaired is astronomical because the dealership has created a monopoly. They've specialized things so much to a point where you can't go and replace these things on your own.
Yeah.
Nothing would make them happier to be able to charge what they want to charge for absolutely everything and you be at their beck and call.
Well, and in the case of Apple, they get away with it every fucking year. And they put on this front about like how much environmental shit they do. Like, you know, this is using like 100% recycled this, and this other thing is using 100% recycled this. And we have a repair program. You can get the thing, but it's malicious compliance when it comes to their repair program, because you have to rent this gigantic fucking device, and then you have to call in the serial number to make sure that you're using the proper thing. And then like you have to jump through so many fucking hoops that they make it they make it easier for you to buy a new one than to repair it yourself. And God help you if you're a repair shop, because you can't get official Apple parts. And for those repairs to go through, you need official Apple parts, because they're chips in the computers now that recognize that you're not using the same piece of thing that went in there, and they will shut off and you'll be fucked. And for them to be so fucking smug about all the things that they're doing for the environment, it pissed me off.
Well, this is the same company that had the audacity to act like they're doing you a favor when they switched over to USB-C and didn't bother to acknowledge the fact that it was actually the EU that forced them to do that.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ. Like, me and Dan were just railing against them the entire fucking time. And I'm like, I've never heard him say bad shit about their products before. It's always like, he always has a reason for like, oh, well, they're doing this because this is better. And oh, well, this makes sense. And this time he was like, nope, you're right. This is fucked. And I was like,
yeah, well, it's, let's be honest here. Apple has been the smuggest company in the room since the beginning. That hasn't changed.
I'm a Mac. I'm a PC.
Right. It's the, what was it? It was the joke back in the day. It's one of my favorite Top Gear episodes where they talk about Saab and how, you know, regular people drive this and so drive this. and engineers and graphic designers and intellectuals drive Saabs. And and like you could pick, like if you were in a bar, you could find the Saab in the parking lot, walk into the bar, scan the bar, and go, that dickhead. And
that motherfucker.
you got, I'd say, an 80% chance of being right. And it was an inherent smugness that was baked into the brand that, if in Saab's case, wasn't necessarily acknowledged by the company, at least not publicly acknowledged by the company, but Apple, especially after fucking DJ Ghost Steve passed, that they leaned into that shit.
It's so infuriating. Let's
not forget that for all the positive that Steve did, Steve also was like a fucking weirdo who could have probably saved his life. So
yeah.
Let's not necessarily like worship the fucking altar here, but arguably there is something to be said here that Apple's a company that sells electronics. Don't be surprised when they try and do everything they can within their power to sell electronics.
Yeah.
And I am 1,000,000% with you about the right to repair thing. I'm also of the argument that if you can replace it for under $1,000, unless it's nostalgic or vintage or fucking really cool.
Yeah.
Like, this is the thing. Could I go and buy an old pickup truck for $1,000? Probably not, but I could buy like most of one.
Right.
Would I sell it for another? No, I would build it up because I'm purchasing it with the intent that it has the limitations that were baked into it in whatever year it was built. And if I want to exceed those expectations, I need to spend well over the expected value of the thing at 100%. You know what I mean? Like if I want a pickup truck, cool. If I want an old vintage pickup truck, cool. If I want an old vintage pickup truck that works really well, cool. And like the price just increases exponentially.
Yeah.
I want an old vintage pickup truck that works really well, but also has a Corvette motor in it so I can light the tires up, but still be able to get an oil change fucking anywhere. Cool. Like the price just continues to go up based on whatever my inherent value of it is.
Mm-hmm.
A phone is not the same thing.
Right.
And I want to rally with you on that sense. And at the same time, I'm like, cause I have learned not to treat computers that way. Now, bear in mind, I'm coming to you live from a 2013 MacBook Pro.
Ooh.
Like, this bitch is holding on strong. I do a lot of like maintenance programs. I keep the thing lean. I don't put a whole lot of shit on it. I have not updated.
The battery? Have you checked the battery?
The battery's not as great as it used to be, but it hasn't yet.
Okay,
so
because my 2015 MacBook Pro started to
I like the battery life is not what it used to be, but at the same time I do my best not to leave it sit on the charger or anything else like that. Like all of those fears that
does that one have an internal battery or does it have that swappable one that can pop out and then
the internal battery?
Oh, the internal battery. Okay.
So
I think that one is actually, in terms of repairability,
I think I could actually repair the battery.
You could do the battery because I did the battery on mine, and the 2015 is probably the last one that regular Joe Schmo, idiot me who doesn't know anything that's inside the guts of a computer could repair.
Right.
And since then, it's been worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse.
Well, I mean, this is the old thing of, they don't make it like they used to. There's a fucking truth to that.
I just want to have this shit last long because
but
like
that
it still works.
There's a lot of complaining that I could do that could lead down to, well, because of corporate greed and CEOs want to make a fucking bazillion dollars a year, then the employees don't make enough money, so therefore they don't make a quality product anymore, so there's no reason to make the quality product because the idea is selling more of them, and then in a global market, yada, 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 yada.
Yeah.
And like, we only get away with quality and craftsmanship when it's a very niche market, and the customer is willing to pay for that. Like, guitars are a great example. Fuck it. The Stratocaster is the best example.
That's true.
They have the audacity to list a country of creation and add that to the price point. And we, as consumers, go, well, it's not an American Strat, but it's a Mexican Strat, so that's pretty all right with me. Like, we're inherently baking the racism into this thing of, like, it's just not as good. Why? It's Mexican. Like, what? Hang on.
True. It's so fucking true.
It's fucking true.
It's so fucking true.
Fucking Fender has the audacity to do it and has been doing it for years now.
I do not understand the guitar market. I've played a whole bunch of different instruments from various price points, and the only difference you can really hear is if you're plugging into a different amp, because that's where the noise comes out. That's where the noise comes out.
It comes found through the amp. There is a very real difference in between a $300 guitar, a $1,000 guitar, and a $3,000 guitar. Yeah. And the only real difference is going to be body cut, pickups, and how you feel about it, which is the biggest factor. Because if you pick up a $3,000 guitar, you are doing one of two things. Handling it like a delicate, itty bitty baby because you don't want to break it.
Yeah.
Or you know exactly what you're doing and you appreciate the quality and you're like, this thing's gonna fucking shred. And you tear into the thing because you know that at $3,000, the thing should be able to hold up to you fucking wailing on the thing. Make that Guitar Center employee nervous, baby. Like, fucking get into it.
Wow. I will say there's a difference. If you have a vibrato, there's a difference between the prices, because a Squier does not hold its intonation like that. That used to be a Squier. It's not no more. Yeah, that bridge holds it. That thing is it's a PRS bridge,
right?
So it holds the shit in tune,
right? And that so holds the shit in tune, right? That was always the thing. Is the second I saw the vibrato on the Squier, I was like, what motherfucker has the audacity to put a whammy bar on that thing?
Yeah,
right.
Or you put like 8 springs in the back, so it holds
but nobody who fucking buys that $100 guitar pack knows, and all you're teaching a kid how to do is avoid the whammy bar and tune a guitar.
Yeah. But the whammy is so much fun.
I get it. But like, you use it even a half whammy and you can't do shit with that afterward. You got to retune that thing. Yeah. That beat is out there. He's out of there. Anyway, back to right to repair. So phones, and this is the other thing too, is the right to repair only goes but so far with phones because of software. And this has been something that I've been also rallying against. Old man Chalmers again climbs atop his fucking milk crate. I fucking hate all of the excess software and technology that have been going into cars. And Tesla's fucking one of the worst of it, but BMW is not far behind because they're doing subscription-based options.
I heard about that shit. That made me mad.
Like,
and then I realized I ain't never going to be able to buy one, so I wasn't that mad.
Right.
But that still made me mad. It's going to trickle down to the other companies.
Right, because trickle down is, in the automotive world, is one of the few things that happens as far as trickle down goes. Like, it's water and car shit. Like, that's how that works. Well, this is the thing, is you used to be able to go and look at the Mercedes S-Class. And this Mercedes S-Class had all of the features that were available at the time. Fucking night vision and parking assist and fucking the swerve the swerve assist and lane assist and blah, 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 blah. All back in 99. And then all that stuff comes in 10 years later to everybody else's cars. And that's the idea, is like, you want to see what's going to be coming down the pipe? Mercedes spends billions of dollars to make rich bitches feel important. So then the rest of us 10 to 15 years later can be like, you know, that fucking backup camera's helpful as a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, that's a clever fucking feature.
That, especially taking Hazel and picking her up from daycare in the evening when the visibility is super low and the smushy doesn't even go up to the height of the wheel well.
Oh, yeah.
Smushies
right,
be small and you need to see them. Yeah.
Now, here's my argument, and this is the counter one, and this isn't a popular one. Football got more dangerous when they added more padding.
I I think
All
it
I'm
did.
saying is kids should be afraid of walking behind a car. That's a life lesson. You gotta, the fear should be there. Don't think that they're gonna see you. Don't trust that.
Oh, I never did. I
Right.
never.
You
ever
never did. I never did.
I never.
Hazel knows about the backup camera.
Yeah.
Hazel walks by the camera, fucking hits him with the peace sign. Like, you see me, bitch. What's up? Like,
Actually, we drilled it into her that like if you're in the parking lot, they cannot fucking see you.
right. Like, but
They can't see you. You are a smushy. You
Yeah.
cannot be seen.
But yeah. Anyway, we back to phones because we've
Phones.
gone way fucking off topic.
That's fine. I feel it, but we've gone off topic, but it's all related. Like
Right, it's all related. But
should
this is the thing
last.
is, I am less of the mindset that a phone is something you should repair or anything else like that because technology has proven that computers and cars are two very different animals, and you can't look at them the same way. Now, do I think that Apple should give you the ability to upgrade a desktop or upgrade a laptop? Yeah, I do. But they've always had that attitude. It's not like Apple suddenly decided to not let you upgrade the RAM and everything else like that easily, like you could in a PC.
The Bondi Blue iMacs with the candy colors.
Yes.
That was one of the big features is that you could pop in new RAM. You could upgrade the RAM. You could upgrade the hard drive.
Well, yeah, because you could see everything inside the fucking computer. They didn't hide it behind an aluminum shell.
Yeah. And before Steve came back,
I remember. I used to have old fucking Mac towers.
Yeah,
and shit
all
like
those
that.
boxes, all those
Hell
boxes were upgradable.
Right.
And then Steve came back and he was like, "What are y'all doing?"
Right, because Steve's of the mindset that we need to sell more computers. We're a computer sales company.
That's true.
And that's how they operated. And, there's an argument to be had about not supporting the Apple thing and yada, yada, yada. But also, I like being able to have the same interface between all my devices. I like being able to be on a similar interface with a lot of my friends. I fucking hate the idea of anytime somebody's got a goddamn Android phone and somebody needs to send a video of something, I'm suddenly watching it underwater on a fucking Motorola Razr. Like, I don't know why that does that.
They do that so that you can socially pressure your friend into getting an iPhone.
Fucking good. The problem is that the one that I really do know who refuses, dude works for like fucking contractor doing military level like fucking computer shit, and he's like, you don't need the fucking Apple shit. And like, it makes me nervous because that dude's probably fucking right. Like, I know he's smarter than me. So like, when people who are knowingly smarter than me are like, I gotta be like, but I like being able to be with my friends. Like, like I get it. Ignorance is bliss. I understand.
I am trying to think of anything that besides the blue message, what does the iPhone have that other phones don't? Because it's not in the cameras, because cameras have been outperforming the iPhone.
Is FaceTime a common thing?
FaceTime is a common thing.
Okay.
Maybe not the same implementation, but like video chat, everyone has video chat.
Right.
I'm trying to think of like an Apple specific.
I mean, Apple claims that their security stuff is better than others.
I mean, the AirDrop.
The AirDrop is nice.
AirDrop to your laptop.
And that's kind of what I'm talking about, is the interface being able to have Messenger on all my devices, not needing to have my phone out all the time to be able to reply back to somebody's text message is nice.
I mean, you can sync that on Windows machines and Androids and stuff. Like,
you have to actively like, you got to work on it though. If you don't want to have to think about it and you just want all your shit to work, and like, this is the joke that you keep making. It just works. In most cases, unless your battery blows up or you're fighting with it, it does.
Like the 2015 MacBook Pro and the 2018 iPad Pro, they talk to each other. Mm-hmm. And I didn't have to do shit.
Yeah,
like
my iPad Pro and my my watch and my phone and everything else. Like I talk to my fucking MacBook all the time.
Yeah. I
Like
mean,
I don't have any issue.
yeah, like once you're in the ecosystem and you step a little bit outside the ecosystem, it's like,
And
God
it's
damn it.
why I was willing to only step outside with the Fitbit, because I couldn't bring myself to buying a new goddamn Apple Watch because I think they're too expensive.
and
the
they don't last all, it's like,
and that's right.
Yeah.
And the Fitbit I could buy for $100. It had interchangeable bands. It had changeable screens. It had all of the fitness tracker stuff available. It will work with the fitness app, and it even has Find My Phone on it.
that's dope.
And for $100, if I smash it, that sucks.
Yeah.
I can also go to a fucking anywhere and go buy a new one for $100.
That's the thing. I've asked my dad if he ever wanted to get an Apple Watch because I think it would be a fun gadget for him to play with. But he's like, it only has a day battery.
Yeah, that is one of my biggest arguments too, because the Fitbit,
The Fitbit is all week.
it'll
Yeah.
actually do sleep tracking because I can leave it on and
Yeah.
it can be on for days, and it
Yeah.
only takes like an hour and a half to charge. So literally, like
Yeah.
I can take it off, get a shower, like go eat dinner or something like that, and then put the thing on before bed and be able to still have the fitness tracking or have
Yeah.
the sleep tracking going on. Like that's, and
Yeah.
by the way, all of the basic shit, no additional fees or anything else. Like, I can pay for a more in-depth tracker and more in-depth this and that. I don't have to.
Well, and that was the thing with when they were doing the watch advertisement, it was like they had all these personal stories about how the watch saved all these other people. Like, the thing tracked my thing and it alerted me to this and
the
it flipped
heartbeat, and then
the
I
heartbeat
knew
and
I
all
knew
that
I was
stuff.
gonna have a heart attack.
But if it's not charged, it ain't doing shit.
Nope.
And it's a watch, so you're not going to always remember to plug that shit in.
Yeah.
At night.
It became a whole thing of I literally had to buy because the other thing is the little charger thing that they used to have is fucking garbage. And I had to buy a little silicone mount thing to be able to fucking feed the thing through to be able to put the watch on the stand.
Yeah.
And the idea is I think what they want is for everybody to buy the ridiculous stand that has the AirPod charger at the bottom and then the regular phone charger and then the Apple Watch drapes over the back. And it's like, no.
If they ever came out, the day I actually consider a watch is the day it can run for a week, doing all their bullshit, doing all the Dick Tracy, Star Trek Enterprise. Look at me, I'm phoning you from my motherfucking phone wristwatch bullshit that Sci-Fi and Dick Tracy has promised me. If I can do that all week long, without charging my shit, I'm considering it.
Right.
I'm not gonna get it because I don't wear watches, but I'm considering it because it's a week long. It's a week long of me being Dick fucking Tracy.
Yeah.
And
I mean, admittedly, when I got the first one, I think the first one I bought was when the second generation first came out.
Yeah.
And I literally drove to Northern Virginia to find the Apple store down there to be able to get it. And made a fucking special trip of it. And I remember one of my favorite things was taking a phone call on my wrist and feeling like fucking Dick Tracy.
Hello, Tracy.
Where my ex called me and I was eating lunch or something like that because I had just gotten the watch and I had just gotten it set up or whatever it is. And they call me and I boop in the restaurant like an asshole. And I go, hello. And he goes, you having fun? I was like, yeah, I'm talking to you from my wrist. And
it's so good. It's
Right.
so good.
yeah. And literally it. And I remember seeing people staring at me and me telling my ex, be like, hey, do me a favor. Hold your wrist up to your face and see if you can talk into that. See if I can hear it. No? No? Okay.
So good.
Yeah, because this is the thing though, is the Apple Watch, I did appreciate that it was a lot easier to deal with text messages and stuff like that. The Fitbit is a little clunky with text messages.
Yeah.
But again, $100 versus 400
or whatever. Yeah.
for the basic one.
400 plus.
Right. Yeah.
Plus.
Plus. Yeah.
Very plus. Very plus.
I now to be completely transparent though, I've got an iPhone 12. I'm going to be upgrading come come like October, November, I'll get the new fancy one because I want the fucking fancy camera.
It is a fancy camera.
It is a fancy fucking camera. And when I looked at the price difference in between the two of the regular 15 or the 15 Pro, it's $8 a month more. And I have had my phone paid off now for a couple months, and it'll be a couple months until I get the new one. And when I factor all that in, that means I get the phone difference price fucking covered for the first year. I'm breaking even, baby.
The thing, so they talk about macro in their presentation, and Dan has the what is it? Like the 13 or something? I don't know.
Yeah, probably the 13 Pro Max or something like that.
Yeah, he's got the 13 Pro Max, and I forced him to grab it out of his pocket, and we took macro shots at the gym, and it looked like garbage because it's not true macro. It's bullshit machine learning fuckery ass monkey shit.
Well,
so like,
yeah, that's what this one's gonna be.
And so don't say it. Don't say you have 7 fucking lenses. Just tell the people you have 3 lenses.
No.
And one has a big zoom on it.
No.
That macro capability is bullshit.
Because otherwise, why buy the new phone, Jamie?
That's my question. Why?
This is why I have a fucking 12.
Yeah,
I buy a new phone when it's time to upgrade. When I go, well, which one's coming out now? 15? All right. And I realize I'm a couple models behind. And then I go, I didn't even, like, I got in at like iPhone 4 or something like that. I've only had a couple in my life. I wait them out, baby. Like, get a couple models in. I'm good.
I'm trying to find out what this one is.
You hit the fucking, Jamie, settings, about, phone.
No, this one. This old one. This is an old one. I think it's like a 6. 6 or a 7. I went from a 6 or a 7 to an 11. It was a big upgrade.
Right. And when you go with that big of an upgrade, you're like, fuck, this is nice. I don't get the people that go every phone.
Oh no, I don't do that.
That would kill me.
I might wait until like the 20.
Again, like I pay extra for the like Apple Forever, the ability to just trade the fucking thing in whenever I please. So I just factor that shit into the cost of my monthly bill, and it's like, okay, cool. I've always got the new Joneses shit. I just don't really worry about it.
But you're using it for a while. Like you're
yes.
putting in a couple of years into the thing. So
yeah. I usually go at least 3 years between upgrading.
Yeah, I feel like that's the better way to do that, and I feel like Apple could do more to encourage that kind of shit. But
because then they won't sell phones.
Yeah, because they're in the business of selling phones. Then I wish they would stop trying to pretend this greenwashing shit works, because it doesn't. Like
it does. It does. It absolutely does. It makes them look green. It makes them look fancy. Dude, their whole brand is sleek and smug. You can't be sleek and smug without also going with, like, this. Fucking, has Fern Gully taught you nothing? Like, you cannot be, like, if you're sleek and you're smug and you support the environment and you're not Wally, you're Eve. Like, that's the thing, is like, you're not Wally, you're Eve. Right. And we all know Wally's better.
Wally
we're not
better.
confused about it. Why? Because Wally's an old SUV. Look, he's not the prettiest one out there, but he'll fucking get you there. And he'll keep working.
Oh yeah. Just fix out that tread.
That's what I'm saying, ladies. Look, life lesson. Find yourself an old SUV. It may not be the prettiest thing out there, but goddamn it, we'll get you there.
Wally.
Look, that's all I can say is lower expectations and never ever date a dude with long fingernails. If you know, you know. That sort of selfish behavior is not acceptable.
Yeah. Well. Isn't all right.
Anyway, so
all right.
right to repair and Apple and everything else like that. Everything you need to know about the new Apple product and their new marketing thing and everything else like that is all wrapped up in the idea that they have the audacity to claim that the USB-C thing is their idea.
Oh yeah, that
The EU forced them into it.
That made me giggle.
And that's all you need to know. Don't forget ever that these gigantic corporations are here to sell you shit. So long as you know that, you can enjoy the shit. You absolutely can suspend disbelief and enjoy the shit. Look, I'm a man who literally just once again last night watched Fast X, and once again, like fucking Chekhov's child, fucking they're in the tunnel, and goddamn Lil B's on the back of John Cena's car, and you pan back to fucking fucking the bad guy, and he goes, "Shut the front door," and then fires up forward and snatches the kid off the back of the car. It's like, why is the child on the car? Why is John Cena trying to make another Make-A-Wish kid? What are you doing, John? You've seen enough sad short stories. Put that child in the car.
He's got to be coming back. We didn't see a body.
No, we didn't. But also, we saw the fucking plane go down with fucking Rome and Tej and Ramsey. So, like, who the fuck knows who's alive anymore?
Yeah, that's true. I wonder what kind of garbage is going to come out after the strike is done.
That's the thing is, I don't know. By the way, fuck, that's something we can talk about.
Oh yeah,
you heard about cunt ass fucking Barrymore and
Bill Maher.
Bill Maher, thank you. And
well, Drew's back down.
Oh, did she take the show off the air?
She was like, "I've listened. I'm a stop." So she backed down. Captain Pike, Anson Mount called her out on Twitter. He was like, "Your handsome ass, Anson Mount, call her out." And she was like,
I was going to say, Bradley Whitford laying down the hardest language I've ever seen of him staring right in the camera and going, "They're fucking scabs."
Yeah.
What else do you want me to say? They're fucking scabs. I was like, Jesus Christ. Yeah. I've like, look, as an old school Sorkin fan, there's a real fuckable thing about Bradley Whitford for me. The idea of having ghost ass Bradley Whitford suddenly like, fuck, basement's flooded. All right. Get a towel.
Well, Drew, so I don't know about Mar. Mar can go fuck off. But
I have been doing my best to try and watch Mar because I need to make sure that I watch things that I disagree with. I need to.
You are a brave man.
Look,
he has that Apple smugness.
Oh, he does, and he's a fucking old man, and he bitches about ageism, but then also hates new tech and blah blah blah. Like he is Captain Contradictory and fucking an Elon stan and
let's put your hippie
right, yeah. I'm so cool for everything. Smoke weed. I don't like children. Right, yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah. I don't have kids, so I don't think I should have to pay taxes that fund the school system.
We live in a society, except for me.
Right, yeah. So, like,
fuck him.
And I had tried to watch things and not necessarily his interview in the beginning. I always bail before new rules because fucking I do not need to have him try and pretend he's funny. But he would usually get some interesting guests who would argue things with him. And that's where I'd be like, okay, like what? You get Reiner on there? Reiner's gonna fucking yell at Bill Maher. I'm cool with this. I'm gonna watch Reiner yell at Bill Maher for not being fucking liberal enough. Like, I'm good with all of this. And I will enjoy this. But, like...
yeah, he's a scab-ass scab.
Like, yeah. But, I mean, it makes my wife happy. She fucking hates that I listen to it. So...
Well, I was surprised that Drew backed down.
Same. I'm
not at all
curious
surprised
if
Mara's back.
I'm curious if Mara's going to be smart enough to back down. Like, how many people will fight him? Will he be able to get guests? I don't know what that, because like that's the thing is you're doing a show where you require guests.
Well, there's a lot of politicians who would jump on that dick
Right.
instantly, and it's an election year, so of course,
Right.
he's gonna have a long list of dumb motherfuckers to push their bullshit.
Yes, I mean that is fair, but like we're prepping for next year, not this year. So like he could easily sit on the sidelines for a while.
Yeah, but I mean, his show doesn't require actors, so like.
No, and I honestly, after listening to it, I'm surprised they actually pay writers for it because like some of those jokes are fucking awful.
They're terrible.
I swear it's just Bill insisting on having the right to write and perform his own shit.
That might be it. That might be it. Because I can't imagine people other than him write that shit.
Oh, I'm sure he's got a team of writers because when the pandemic was happening, he was forcing them into the audience to laugh at him or pretend laugh at him.
Oh, God. Ugh.
Then him doing the audience is masked. I've been tested. We're all socially distanced. I'm playing along. It's like fucking, like you poor baby, you poor rich baby.
Wah.
Right.
Wah.
Like,
Why should I be the baby?
right. And, well, I mean, you know, honestly though, like I was half out when he had Benjamin Netanyahu on and was like kind of praising his shit before Netanyahu publicly tried to rip apart all of the fucking Israeli Supreme Court and all of the bullshit that he's done. And I was like, this seems weird that the guy who made the anti-religious documentary is really in support of the Israeli government. But okay. All right. Like a lot of US politicians, biggest support, yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, all right, no, Israel, cool. All right, that's fine. And then suddenly I find out fucking Netanyahu's a fucking cuck who's trying to just ramrod everything. Like, cool. So,
hooray.
Yeah, you
Hooray.
guys have been a country since like 54. That's a new lap record for getting to fascism. Now, like that's impressive. It took Germany a while. Like,
yeah. It's great. It's great. It's really great out there. It's really great out there. So fuck Bill Maher.
Yeah, fuck Bill Maher. Yeah, I guess I'll have to. I don't know. I can't listen to fucking Fox News. I can't do it. I don't have the stomach for it.
Mm.
I'll have to watch clips from fucking C-SPAN or something like that of all the politicians who I don't care for.
You could just get on Facebook.
No. I have had absolutely my fill for the year of arguing with people over Facebook about politics. Even when I know I'm right, even when I know that the thing that they put out there is contradictory to themselves, even when I show my work, nothing matters because you can be on the other end of the keyboard going, nope, you're a big old dummy libtard. Nope. And this is something that I know the fucking keyboard warriors practice, and nobody does this shit in person unless somebody's been drinking. So like, you know, good luck at Thanksgiving, everybody. Like
God bless all y'all.
Yeah, it's gonna be a year, cause oh boy. Yeah. Yeah, cause next Thanksgiving, you're gonna do that one remotely.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, yeah, I won't do social media or anything else like that anymore with that shit. Yeah. No thanks. No thanks. No thank you. No thank you. No thank you.
Brandon, where can people find you?
Funny enough, on Instagram.
No social media.
No social media for me except for Instagram. Look, Jamie, all I can say is I know where the money's made, and the money's made right here. And you can't see all of this without going to Instagram at that guy Chalmers, Jamie Noguchi. Where can they find silhouette photos of the obelisk from 2001: A Space Odyssey, better known as your penis?
MonsterCutie.com. The shop is open. I have shirts. I think I'm gonna try to do like monthly drops.
Okay.
Maybe something new every month. Maybe earlier, maybe later, but like I want to try to be more consistent with it.
Okay.
I've made a sale, so it's better than not a sale. I want to do more with the marketing stuff, though. I gotta figure out how to get shit done. So stupidly, I shut everything down during the pandemic because my thought process was people don't have extra money to spend on goofy stuff. They gotta like which that was the exact opposite thing to do. So now that everything's open back up, I'm putting my shit back online, and now people are going to shows. My timing sucks, Brandon, but I gotta do something.
It's because you're a kind human being, Jamie, and you assume that you don't want to take advantage of everyone. And that's not how you make money on the internet, Jamie. You have to exploit your audience. Exploit your audience.
It sure isn't, Brandon Chalmers. So
goddamn right. Yeah. Can we before the show next week get 5? Count them 5 online sales. MonsterCutie.com live from the fucking Newcast Studios in beautiful Baltimore, Maryland, courtesy of the Monster Cutie something. I lost my train of thought.
Yeah, but I got it all set up. I have the MailChimp thing set up. I've got
Mail Monkey.
Yeah, I sent things to my list. I have a mailing list that
You have listicles?
I have a listicle. I have a list of people who signed up for my stuff.
Ooh.
Not many, but I have a list. So I sent them things, and I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna try to do more of it because
let's do infomercials. Let's do live infomercials. Let's bring back As Seen on TV. Let's do this.
I'm doing like a 3D shirt animation as an ad so I can post it on like TikTok and Instagram and shit and all this stuff. Like I'm doing everything that I can besides paying for advertising.
Okay, gotcha.
So we'll see how much earned media gets me.
Look, I'm just saying, if you ever want to record one of those dumb infomercial style commercials where like you get a t-shirt that has like a real shitty monster on it and like I hold it up and they're like, has this ever happened to you? And I stare at it and I go, damn it. And then I throw the shirt down. And now, thanks to monstercutie.com, you don't have to look like a moron. Pull out the shirt. God damn, I look sexy. Immediately, wife coming in, they're clinging to my arm. Fuck, you're good looking. Thanks, bitch. Appreciate you. It's all thanks to the fine threads over at monstercutie.com.
Monster Cutie. But I
monstercutie.com. It'll help you fuck.
I think I've always wanted to do more with clothing and stuff. And I think the problem is whenever I start it, I just quit.
Okay.
So I'm going to attempt to just stick with it.
Hear me out.
Long haul.
Hear me out. Double down on your market saturation. Let's see if we can swoop back in some existing customers. Puppy cow clothes.
Yeah.
Tiny Gundam shirts for the puppy cow plushies. So you can sell them to everyone who already bought a puppy cow, who can now get the little itty bitty Gundam shirt that raises up because of the udders.
I wonder what the sizing, how small it goes, and if it'll fit on a puppy cow. I should do some research.
I assume some sort of doll clothing or something like that, but I don't know how any of that shit works.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
I'm giving you an idea for something that is really not a good idea, but is really a funny idea.
Yeah, that's the thing. I have lots of ideas. I don't know if any of them are good though. But I'm going to put them up. I'm going to put them up.
Goddamn right.
So that's
Keep drilling till you hit oil.
that's what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm trying to do, Brandon.
Jamie Noguchi, where can they find you and your Texas tea?
Jamie Noguchi on Instagram and TikTok and Blue Sky and Draw Jam on YouTube. And,
Yeah.
That's it. And this in here in this podcast.
Yeah, and this thing here.
This here
Anyway, go be excellent to each other and let people enjoy the things they want to enjoy, and don't be a gatekeeping piece of shit.
Yeah.
Dan.